President. I want to make a resolution, perhaps verbally. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Couldn't introduce this in advance of the agenda because the information wasn't known, but the CDBG program in the city of Quincy is funded by the federal government, and in the recent budget proposed by the president calls for cutting that funding. It's a program that's existed since 1974, aiding, you name the charity or the organization in Quincy that does something public good, and they're getting some dollars from CDBG. That entire program, to my understanding, is proposed to be cut in the president's budget before Congress. What I'd like to do, I mean, I just think in Ward 4, we're talking food pantry. This is housing rehab money, flood proofing, the first-time home buyer program, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Councillor Bona had a resolution about that and making it more available to veterans. That money's gone. There's no, forget about veterans or non-veterans, there's no money that's coming out of it for anybody. That program's dead, as would be scores of other programs. Again, if QCAP and the clients that they serve in so many different aspects of Quincy in different ways, this is would be a huge loss to the city of Quincy. We're talking several $1 million in loss that we would be looking at having to come up with. So by way of this being a verbal remonstrance, what I'd like to do is simply ask that at some near future meeting we have the planning director give us an update on CDBG, whether it be the funding goes into the federal government or how they're planning moving forward for the CDBG, because everything goes to the planning department, that federal funding. I'd just like an update from the planning director at a future meeting as to the impacts of a defunding of CDBG having the city.
All right, is that in form of a motion?
Yeah, you sure.
Okay, motion by Councillor Palmucci, seconded by Councillor LaForest. Okay, on the motion, all those.
Okay.
Yes, Councillor Flynn.
On the motion, thank you. Again, I think this is an important resolution that Councillor Palmucci is putting forward. I think that as part of that report, it would be interesting to get an update as it relates, again, to our obligation related to the shipyard, because I think we're just coming back at that point. Of course, CDBG is based on formula, which would mean we'd be getting additional resources if the program were even level funded at this point. So I would look forward to such a report. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Flynn. Is there, so the motion made and seconded, Madam Clerk, if you call the roll.
Councillor Kane.
Yes.
Councillor Crowe.
Yes.
Councillor DeBoer.
Yes.
Councillor Finn.
Yes.
Councillor Harris.
Yes.
Councillor LaForest.
Yes.
Councillor Liang.
Yes.
Councillor Palmucci.
Yes.
President Hughes.
Yes.
Nine.